better count your money. You better count your money, boy. You better count your money. You better count your money, boy. You better count your money. You better count your money, boy.
In 160 years in Arkansas, we'd never really had a broad-based, widespread tax cut. I was able to sign the first ever. The economic policies that we did in my state, cutting taxes, streamlining government, resulted in the largest number of job creations. I cut taxes over 90 times, balanced the budget every year I was governor, left a surplus of nearly $1 billion, and did it in the face of an overwhelmingly Democratic legislature. That's a pretty good record. I'm Mike Huckabee, and I approve this message. Hello, YouTube. I'm Mike Huckabee, and I'm happy to be a part of the You Choose Spotlight. Over the next few days, I hope that you'll be sending me your questions, and we're going to be focusing upon something that I think is pretty important and even revolutionary. That's pretty American, too, a revolution. But how would you like to have April the 15th as just another spring day? How would you like not to have to keep up with all those shoebox filled with receipts for your taxes? Wouldn't you love to get your entire paycheck rather than just part of it? And get rid of the IRS completely? End the 35,000 lobbyists on Capitol Hill who are trying to shake down only 535 members of Congress? We could do it enacting the fair tax. The fair tax is just that. It's fair, it's flatter, it's finite, it's family friendly. And I think it may be one of the best ideas to help bring jobs and business back to America and empower people at all levels of the economic spectrum. I'd love to know what you think. In 160 years in Arkansas, we'd never really had a broad-based, widespread tax cut. I was able to sign the first ever. The economic policies that we did in my state, cutting taxes, streamlining government, resulted in the largest number of job creations. I cut taxes over 90 times, balanced the budget every year I was governor. President, I'll also push for elimination of the marriage penalty, something I did as governor of Arkansas. Also as governor, I pushed through the Arkansas legislature the first major broad-based tax cuts in state history. I also doubled the standard deduction. In total, I cut taxes and fees nearly 100 times during my 10.5 years as the governor of the state, saving the people of Arkansas millions. When I left office in early 2007, Arkansas had nearly $850 million in state surplus, which I urged ought to go back to the people in the form of either a tax rebate or a tax cut. Our massive deficit is not due to Americans being undertaxed, but from the fact that our federal government has a spending problem. Achieving and maintaining a balanced federal budget is an important and worthy goal that's necessary to our long-term economic being. The economic policies that we did in my state, cutting taxes, streamlining government, resulted in the largest number of job creations. I cut taxes over 90 times, balanced the budget every year I was governor, left a surplus of nearly $1 billion, and did it in the face of an overwhelmingly Democratic legislature. That's a pretty good record. We have another question coming to us from Michael Panfill, and it's this. It says, my husband and I have lived in Arkansas for almost 12 years and appreciate the leadership that you've provided for our state as a governor. We've been following the GOP debates and feel you're the best candidate. So thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. The question is this. We have 5 young children under the age of 10. We are one income family and barely making ends meet. We don't own our own home, and we have no other assets. We have 2 children with health issues, so our itemized medical deductions for insurance premiums and medical bills is very substantial during tax time. Lowering taxes is important to us to keep our expenses down. We've heard you talk about the fair tax. I'm all for anyone paying equally as too many now are able to buck the system, which is very right, Michael, they are. But I'd like to hear about it in more detail. How would it affect a family like ours?